Hello and welcome to episode 70 of IOnTheTigers, a podcast all about the National Ice Hockey League, but one that always has an eye on the Telford Tigers. Start off with a couple of news stories from across the league this week, as there's been an arrival and a departure. So what we'll do is we'll kick off with the arrival first, and that is Sean Norris going to MK Lightning, left Guildford Flames, and then the same day it was announced at Lightning, played there before. Just adds to an already stacked set of forwards, really. Yeah, I mean, they've got points there to burn, you'd think, quite simply. If everybody there, Lightning, their forwards, they'll start firing, wow, they could be tough to stop. Interesting, I've seen a lot of people sort of say, well, nice, but actually a forward isn't what Lightning needs. So it'll be interesting to see how it does play out, but just adds to the already immense firepower that the Lightning have got. Departure, that was Aidan Wilson, announced today, because of course I record on a Monday, announced today that he's left the Raiders. Unless I've missed something, I haven't seen where he's off to as of yet, so maybe that will be something for next week's episode. Results. Well, we're going to kick off with a midweek game. The first leg of the Cup semi-final between Romford and Milton Keynes. It was a very tight affair. Finished 5-4 to the Raiders with a very late winner. A very slim Raiders lead. Set it up nicely for the return leg. Will it be enough? Well, that's one of the upcoming fixtures, so I'll go into that in a bit more detail later on in the episode. On to the weekend. Telford made the trip to Peterborough to take on the Phantoms. 4-1 down with around about 10 minutes to go. A couple of goals inside a minute. Set up an interesting finish, if nothing else. But 'twas not to be. That was as good as it got. The Phantoms held on and recorded a 4-3 win. Hull hosted Romford. This one was a bit of a blowout, to be honest. Seahawks 8, Raiders 1. Very comfortable win there for Hull on home ice. Perhaps just starting to rediscover a bit of the form and the danger that I think a lot of people predicted they would have throughout the season. Swindon hosted Solway. That one finished Wildcats 3, Sharks 0. So shut out there on home ice for Swindon. Milton Keynes took on Bristol. No surprises in the results. Sorry, Bristol fans, there really wasn't. Perhaps in the scoreline, though, a very comprehensive 9-3 win there for Milton Keynes at home. Last but not least, the Bees hosted the Knights, and that one finished 6-1 to the Knights. Also saw a number of players ejected, and from what I've seen, it seems like Kieran Brown's going to be out for a little while with a broken wrist. I mean, the Leeds team is stacked, but losing somebody of Kieran Brown's ability is definitely going to be a big loss for them. Also on Saturday night, Tigers 2 were in action. They travelled to Coventry to take on the Blaze, NIHL. Very close game, this one. Finished Blaze 2, Tigers 2, 3. So another win for Tigers 2. The winning run continues. On Sunday's games, Telford hosted Hull. Where to start with this one, to be honest? Yeah, by the end of the first, Tigers were 5-1 up. Yeah, just outstanding first period. Second period, ran into some penalty trouble. Every power play, it seemed, just resulted in a whole goal. I think I've seen they're leading the league for power play, and I can see why. They put it together really well. At least a couple of goals where pretty much, it was at the back post. It was enough time to stop and just tap it over the line into an empty net. So some really well worked power play goals there. Second, at the end of the second, it was 5-4. Just the one goal in the third period, and that was an equalising goal for Hull. Went off to overtime, and a couple of minutes of overtime gone, Bonner got the winner for Hull to win 6-5 at Telford. Yeah, first period, absolutely amazing. Second period, a bit disappointing. Third period was, pretty even. And yeah, Seahawks get the 2 points, but it's a point for the Tigers. Sorry. Obviously, from being 5-1 up, very disappointing, but realistically, to take Hull to overtime with 7 players missing, I don't think is terrible, particularly considering players that are missing. Scott McKenzie wasn't playing last night. Devon Skleski still out injured, although I can see that he has restarted skating again, so hopefully not too long before he laces them up again. And David Thompson out with a hand injury that is going to keep him out for a couple of months. Those 3 alone, there's plenty of points there, and that's before you add in Joe Aston, Lucas Price, and also on the D side, Noah Karanainen and Ross Connolly. It's again, Tigers are missing a lot of players, and again are going close actually with 2 very good teams in Peterborough and Hull. I just really can't help but wonder, what could we do if we had everybody fit and available each week? Anyway, that's potentially a very different question, potentially even an episode in itself there. Other games on Sunday, Leeds hosted Wildcats. This game tends to be close, no difference either. Went to overtime with the Leeds Knights eventually winning it 3-2. Another close game was Romford hosting Peterborough. This one finished Raiders 4, Phantoms 5. Steel Dogs hosted the Lightning. The Lightning continued to put up good offensive performance while keeping things pretty tight at the back as well. Finished Lightning 6, Steel Dogs 2. And last but not least, Bristol hosted Solway. Another very tight game, the 3rd game of the evening that required overtime to separate the teams. And it was the Solway Sharks who got the winner in overtime. So, on to the upcoming week. We have midweek the 2nd leg of the Cup semi-final between Milton Keynes Lightning and Romford Raiders. Romford Raiders go into it with a 1-goal lead. I don't think it's going to be enough. I think that the Lightning will win the game and they will qualify for the final. Steel Dogs host the Phantoms on Friday evening as the league action gets underway on Friday evening. I will go for a Steel Dogs win there. I fancy them to just edge out Peterborough. On Saturday, Lightning host the Tigers. I think my big hope is that the Lightning is celebrating having qualified for the final. Perhaps take their eye off and we nick something. Having said that, last time we played up at Telford, we ran out winners in overtime, and I'm sure that the Lightning will want to make sure that is their blip against us for this season. I'm going to go for a Lightning win, I'm afraid. Sharks host the Bees. Fancy Solway to win that one. Wildcats host the Seahawks. I think the Wildcats will have enough to edge that one. Pitbulls host the Steel Dogs. Pitbulls to win that one on home ice. I think they're doing really well at home, and I fancy them to win that Battle of the Dogs. And Leeds host the Raiders. Fancy the Knights to win that one. Also on Saturday night, Tigers 2 are at home to Sutton Sting. Both teams unbeaten. Realistically, it's like being the crucial games in determining who wins the league. I'm going to be confident. I'm going to say that the Tigers 2 are going to pip it. Go on, boys. Keep that run going. Be amazing. Sunday evening, Tigers host the Lightning. So it's back-to-back weekend against the Lightning. Yay. Lightning to win that one as well. Sharks host the Bees for the 2nd time in 24 hours, and I think the result is going to be the same again, with the Sharks winning that one. Phantoms host the Wildcats. I think the Phantoms are just going to pip that on home ice, but it's going to be very tight. Raiders host the Knights. I fancy the Knights to win that one, and Seahawks host the Pitbulls. Hull to win on home ice. As always, let me know where I've gone wrong with my predictions. Looking forward to hearing from you. If you want to come on and talk about your team, please drop me a message, get in contact. I'm more than happy to have people on to discuss their teams. Kind of approaching that halfway point of the season, so be really interested in getting some people to come on, talk about their teams, how perhaps that first half of the season's gone, how they see the second half of the season going. Always open for that, so just get in contact. More than happy to arrange something. But in terms of this episode, that's it for today. So I'll be back this time next week. Bye for now.